All right. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Let's go ahead and get started here. So, first things I want to do is talk about the futures, and then we're going to get ourselves into first things first. We're going to look at Amazon, Apple, Roku, Costco, and then we're going to look at DE, just had earnings, and some AVGO. Let's go ahead and get started with the futures. So, as you can see, the market has pushed up very nicely here into the red box overnight. All right. And let's see, your audio, you should be able to hear. WebEx looks good. I can see my voice coming through there. And then I can also see it over here on Discord. And then we are also out here on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. Let's go ahead and get started. So price did move into the red box. You can see that it did pull back. It did pull back into the trendy edge. Last night I put edge is resistance when price was underneath here. And now is it support? That old adage is resistance, now support. And you can see the trendy edge did turn into support. Basically, just trading these lines has produced a little bit of points to the upside. Line in the sand is 3633 and a quarter. This is important for the day, but understand that we do and have created on the 2 hour. We have created it inside and down here. So as of right now, price does look like it could be in a tight range. Okay. So, and I'm going to show you that range here in a second. And I'm going to show you what's important about days after a big run. Okay. All right. So what happens is I want you to just think about this from different time frame perspective. I'm going to show you a whiteboard just really quick. When price moves up and we have this red box here, okay, we look for it to be resistance. Okay, and there's some candle patterns over here that suggest that we could turn around. Once price moves in there, a lot of traders want to get short immediately, but there's a better way around this. Okay, there's a better way around this, and we teach you that here at Trendy Trading without having to worry about if trend's going to go against you and stop you out. All right, so no reason to go short here, honestly, until we see patterns emerge at my lines. And you can see same thing here. These patterns in this area, all right, before we jump to that, I want you to create an alert. All right, you need to create an alert right here at this red box. Okay, so we're going to do at or above at around 360, 3649 and a quarter. Okay, we're going to put one here. And then down here, we want to find our support. This is where, from a buying level, see the move out of here. This is where I'd be interested in possibly buying. So I went ahead and created an alert at 3611 and a quarter. Okay, 3611 and a quarter. So we have two alerts here that are set. Now this is for your longer term trader. We do have setups for on 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 2 minutes, and so forth, trading the futures this morning. All right, and we show that every morning using the trendy scripts called the PMZ, which are very accurate, very fun to trade, easy to make several points on the open. Okay, but for our longer term, this is important. Everything in between here, okay, is noise. All this is noise because after a run up into resistance, and especially on a consecutive 2 days here, we need to digest that move. So please understand it can be choppy today. So how do we trade what we've been looking at? Quite frankly, you don't want to trade it. Give it some time to digest. Pick your favorite chart that you've been making money on, place that alert at yesterday's high, and then come down about 50 to 618% of that rally. Let me just show you just really quick what that looks like. Okay, price is moving up. Let's say this is the last 2 days. You're just going to measure with your fibs. You're going to find that 618 or that golden Fibonacci, 618. Then you're going to find the high of the day. Set your alert here and set your alert here. Everything between is noise. If price moves above that high of the day, bulls are in charge. Look to manage that trade or add into that trade. And if it breaks down below here, guess what? That trend is now broken for the day. You may want to think about possibly scaling out or closing depending on your time frame. Okay? All right. So that's ES futures again. Look for this level here, 36.26 to be your go-to for right now. Notice I'm using a 2 hour. We're on a holiday schedule. Theta is really going against option traders. Important to bring yourself down into a smaller time frame. We're underneath the 9 EMA. We're underneath the line in the sand. Bulls, the first step, they need to get above 36.33. If the edge breaks down, we take out the session low. Look for 36.20, 36.15. Each one of these lines are opportunities for buying, especially in an uptrend. Pay attention to my banners to the upside. Weekly is extremely bullish. That means we can see big bounces from these levels. Overall trend is up. Everything between the two alerts I showed you are noise. Let's go ahead and move on. We're going to go into AMZN. All right, so this is AMZN. We've had the Bezos level on here for quite some time. I changed my resistance this morning after looking closely at some of our formations. I would expect a little bit of resistance here at 3151. If we can move past this, I will be looking for 3176. I'm currently in options 50 plus days out, and so far that is working from the trendy edges to the upside. The current trend is sideways. Please notice over here on your banners. Amazon is weekly neutral trend. Okay, so again, just kind of choppy right now. If you're in a trade, especially long term, I would just ignore everything between this pivot high and this trendy edge down here. Sure, we're making money to the upside, but the bigger trade itself, I believe, comes after we can break above these red arrows in here. Okay, let me give you a couple scenarios this morning. As you can see here on Amazon specifically, I've showed you these over the last several days. The trendy edges are where you want to buy. Okay, this is higher on a curve. We're getting close to resistance. For me, I'm doing nothing in this entire area if I'm a brand new trader. Pay attention to the 2H. You got the 9 EMA. Here's your levels. 3120 needs to hold. Everything between here is noise. Above 3151 looks interesting to the upside as a new trader. You're a little high on the curve right here, and you could be buying into resistance on open. For today, set an alert above that 3151 area, just like that. And we'll set an alert down here at the Bezos level, at or below, and that level's been there for 2 weeks. And that's what we have. So just like the ES, we're looking at noise between these entire levels. I'm more interested above here. And down here, I'm interested to see if we make higher lows. Notice that we're making higher lows from the trendy edges. I'd expect the same thing if we pull back. Okay, that's Amazon. Let's go ahead and move on to Apple. Everybody wants to continue watching Apple. Notice that it's at 115.12. It's completely sideways. I'm going to make this really simple for you. The bigger picture is on a curve perspective between the edges, we're lower on the curve. It's one we want to start to think about buying. Okay, now I like it closer down to the pink line for a bigger buy. Right now, starting position, as long as we can hold above 114.46. Notice on the 2 hour, again, for a weekly trade or an intraday trade, we are below the 9 EMA. We're holding 114.46. The trade looks better above 115.85. Let's go ahead and set an alert here at or above. And then here, this low, we're going to set an alert there. Create alert at or below. Now we have two alerts, just like the rest of the charts I've shown you. Everything between here is noise. Now, the reason why I say this, please take this in and understand, is because after a big move up, the market likes to digest. I can't tell you how many times many traders today are going to say, well, I think it's going up. No, I think it's going down. I think it's going up. It's ridiculous. It's noisy. And just set these alerts, everything between here. Just stay calm, do what you're going to do. Don't take action unless we start to break above or below these. Okay. All right, let's go to the next one here. I like what I'm seeing on Roku. All right, so this is my blueprint for this morning. Starters, I have a couple options here. Uptrend is the overall trend. It may want to cool off just like the rest of the market. Here are my options. Call credit spreads. If I'm wrong, I drop the short side, ride the long side. That means I'm selling calls up here and then buying against, okay? And if it starts to move up, I can release the short side and ride the long side up into my target. notice on equity, I could start in this yellow box. I can add above the 277.60 level, and then I can look to trim into 283.98 and then ride the trend to my target. If it were to break down on open, then I'll be looking for buyers to step in at around 266.5. I don't have to buy the drop. Notice what I mean. On open, if we break down immediately, I'm not going to do anything until we can reclaim. Stops go in. I'm looking for a trade to the upside. Those are my levels on Roku. Let's go ahead and move over to Costco. All right, so here's Costco. Same thing, pretty straightforward, I think. All right, so here, let's go to a little bit bigger picture, 4 hour, just like that. Cost. The WE is resistance, that's our edge, okay, until it's not. So we have resistance here at 387.20. Personally, I like to see this hold anywhere from 10 to 30 minutes after open. If it does, I like the trade to the upside into or around 392. If it breaks 392, I have extension targets 396 to 399. Personally, I like this trade for an intraday as soon as it breaks over the 387.20 on equity, okay, with a smaller stop that's within my tolerance range. But on the option side, I prefer it at least a week or two out, looking for 400. Okay, especially if the trend continues rounding off very nicely. Look how it comes off the edge very nicely to the upside. Again, looking for that round number, possibly around 400. That's Costco. Let's go ahead and take a look at DE. They had earnings. Okay, very nice here. You could see we had a previous high. We have a channel. You can notice, you can look at a channel as high and low on curves. You want to be looking to get in. You want to be looking to get out. You want to be looking to get in. You want to be looking to get out as we get to the top. Okay, right here. So same thing. We're opening up. It is an earnings gap up, I believe. Yes. And then we are opening up pretty close, but we do have some room to move into 276. Depending on the market conditions today, I'd expect a small pullback for profit taking. Let it come down. If it comes close to 266.43 and starts to bid above, I'm a buyer. Adding above the pre-market high, bringing stops up, looking for 276.53 and possibly 283 by 287. It's a void for me as it breaks down below the 266.43. Again, it looks like something like this if we were to zoom in. If we break down, you don't have to buy here. Watch your 9 EMA on the time frame that you're watching. And I like this better when we go bid above or reclaim. That's DE. Next one here, AVGO. When is this puppy ready to break? It looks pretty close. Okay, we do have earnings coming up. Very important to understand. December the 10th. Possible breakout here. You can see it's just in this consolidation area. Okay, could be a break or fake out. So be careful. I'm not a huge breakout fan, but I will take it if the market conditions are warranting, some support behind this. So again, I have an alert here at 393.66. If we break above, looking for an extension target. Let's not shoot for all the way to 407. Let's just take it into increments on a day like today where it could be choppy. Probably $1 to $2 moves, trimming and trailing and just riding that 9 to the upside. Okay. All right, let's look at FDX. Also a brilliant trade. It's been taking place. Okay. This one, nice consolidation here. You could see that the ME worked very well, or the edge. It moved up into the edge. It has broke the edge. And now, after a nice run, could be looking to go inside for a couple days. Listen, 293.30, that's the magic number for today. If we can hold that, look for it to take out these previous highs around 296. Round numbers in the market, 300, 301, extension target 313. We have holidays coming up, right? We have vaccines being sent out. There's a lot going on. These guys are probably going to be busy. They've been super busy over the last year with the conditions around the world. I don't know about you, but everywhere I've gone, there's a FedEx guy like left and right of us. They're busy, busy, busy. Now, does that mean anything? No. Follow the lines, 293 holds, looking for 301. Anything else you guys would like to see, please let me know. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at Dollar Tree. Sure. All right, so here's Dollar Tree at 111. Very, very nice move. I keep it simple. These were the targets I gave yesterday. 109.82 holds, looking for 113.23. All right, it is extended. Notice the 4H 9 EMA comes in around 107 to 106.85. If this level holds, look for it to reclaim, and then it moves back up to 109.82, and then possibly a try at 113.23. So as I said this morning, take your favorite stock, okay? So Nicholas, on something like this, you're going to put an alert there at the high, measure this rally, find the 618, set an alert here. All this is noise. Look for reclaims of major levels, okay? All right. Let's go ahead and look at Blink since you guys are talking about it. All right, to Blink, it pulled back, right? What a beautiful move. We traded this. Some traders have gone short, whatever. Here's a great example. Let's go ahead and check this out. Look at this parabolic move, right? Right about there it started. Don't you think you'd agree? I would say. And they broke out from there. Let's go ahead and measure from there. Just like that. Notice it's coming in at around the 50. Again, like I said, I would create an alert here at the 618 in this case. And then I would set an alert in this case above this pivot, 23.6. If you haven't done anything with this trade, right now is not the time to really do anything. All right. It's got a little bit of support in this area. It's got a little bit of resistance here. Let me go ahead and show you with arrows. A little bit of resistance here, a little bit of support here. This is an edge. There's also a nice pivot here. It shows that there are buyers in this region. For me, I'm doing nothing in between these arrows. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and take a look here at the SPY. I'll give you guys some levels on the ETFs. Here at Trendy Trading, we make it about as mechanical as you can. When price moves over the neutral, we look to go long into targets. This is the SPY. Notice that price broke out of the neutral. Notice that it did hit our edge and it hit our target at 363.97. Far as this morning goes, 361.80 is your mid support. Look for that to hold. If it can't, possible move back down into 359.44. If it can hold 363 and 97, look for it to take out the pre-market highs. My next extension target here is 367.36. Let's move on to the QQQ. All right, so the Q is getting a little bit of a bid here this morning. Notice that they're up about a buck. All right, and so Mid support 294.05. If you followed me yesterday, I specifically said when price breaks 294.05, look to go long. It pushed out very nicely for you, almost for about $2 to the upside, giving you a nice little intraday trade. And again, mid support 294.05. If it takes out the pre high there at 297, look for possible move into or around 299 to 300. I like these after the holidays for these to finally start moving. Nice sideways action. We are making higher lows and higher highs in a down range. What I mean is there's a down range here, but we have higher lows, okay, and higher highs. We're ranging up in a down range or trending up in a down range. All right, QQQ. Now let's go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and give you some extra charts here. DIA. All right, notice, again, I can't make this stuff up. This is sent out to our members over the weekend. Members know here, once it breaks out of the neutral, look to go long into our lines, 386, 302.11. Just in case you want to see it, that's what it looks like. We trim or close at our upper targets. Mid support, 299.09. Price needs over 300.86 to get 302.11 again. Bullish above 302.11. In the neutral or in the yellow, let it mellow. IWM. This guy's been strong. Does it remain strong? This is very, very important to understand. We are in an uptrend. This pullback is healthy. It comes in at around the EMAs on a 4H. 182.72 holds. Look for it to move into 185.54. If it takes out the extension target that I've already laid out here for you, we can find some more. Okay. So in this case, I'm going to go here and we're going to go here and I'm going to use the 23 to the upside. That's a little extended, 189, $4. I would say $2 increments in between the 185 and 189. Okay, very straightforward. Hope you appreciate that. If you do, give it a like, give us a retweet. Good luck to you today. Don't forget to check out. We have some specials coming up, TrendyTrading.co, where you can learn to trade, where you don't have to worry about transparency. Everything's linked to my account. Nothing like it out there, and we'll teach you how to fish. I promise you.